A man is in critical condition tonight, and a homeowner and his girlfriend are shaken up after a very scary situation in Polk County. Haines City Police say the homeowner had to fire his gun at two home invaders. But ABC Action News reporter Chad Mills found out why this case is still not closed.
Well, the police chief here in Haines City says the homeowner is not under arrest, and that's because they believe this case is one of stand your ground.
Yep, no stupid people beyond that point.
Tina Phillip takes no chances. Her Haines City home is loaded with weapons like machetes and baseball bats, and this sign hangs near her front door.
Everybody come by and see them signs.
According to Tina, her nephew came home around 1:30 Friday morning with his girlfriend and puppy to find two burglars inside his home.
And all of a sudden, there's these two strangers standing inside your kitchen and within feet of you, almost face to face.
Chief Greg Gorek says the homeowner, a legal gun owner, fired 5 shots before retreating and leaving the home with his girlfriend and dog. Police later found one of the two suspects at this nearby park.
He had 4 bullet wounds, 2 in the upper chest and 2 in his lower extremities, his legs.
Gorek says even though 27-year-old Tyreek Washington had committed a crime and was stealing jewelry from the home, his officers had a duty to give him quick medical care. And the chief believes these officers saved his life.
He is critical but stable, but he is still alive today.
As for the homeowner, Gorek says he isn't in trouble.
But based on the totality of the evidence at this time, it does appear to be a case of stand your ground.
And he hopes it's a case that will discourage other would-be burglars.
One should expect that if you're brazen enough to enter into someone's residence and it is not yours with intent to commit an unlawful act, there may be repercussions. We live in Florida, and more so we live in Polk County, and most people are armed.
Polk County, Florida is one of the most pro-gun counties in the country. They're so pro-gun, in fact, they have declared themselves a Second Amendment sanctuary. So I don't understand for the life of me why any criminal would think it is a good idea to break into anyone's home in Polk County. I want to first point out that in a lot of these home invasion stories, there are usually more than one criminal, and the law-abiding citizen has to deal with these multiple criminals by themselves with only the gun they have on them or immediately at their disposal. I point that out because it shines a light on how limiting the number of rounds in a person's gun hurts them more than it helps them. Imagine walking into your home and there are 2 dudes inside your home and you know you only have 10 rounds at your disposal. This dude shot only one of these criminals 4 times, and the criminal still lived. Not only did he live, he was able to run out of the house. People think guns are automatic death rays that make people evaporate into thin air as soon as they're shot. It doesn't work like that. Some criminals are damn near impervious to being shot and will continue to fight no matter how many times they're shot. This is why you want as many rounds in your guns that you can carry, because you don't know what you're going to be dealing with when and or if it happens. I've also noticed that a lot of people don't truly understand what stand your ground is. A lot of people think that stand your ground simply means if anyone threatens you in any way, you can pull out a gun and shoot them. That's not how stand your ground works. The Florida stand your ground law reads like this. A person who is not engaged in an unlawful activity and who is attacked in any other place where he or she has a right to be has no duty to retreat and has the right to stand his or her ground and meet force with force, including deadly force, if he or she reasonably believes it is necessary to do so to prevent death or great bodily harm to himself or herself or another, or to prevent the commission of a forcible felony. To put it simply, if you reasonably believe, i.e. most people in that same situation would believe this too, that someone is trying to kill you or injure you really badly and you're not the initiator and you have the right to be where you are, you don't have to try to run away before you can try to defend with the same amount of force as the person you believe is attempting to use against you. The Castle Doctrine, on the other hand, is about being able to use force to protect your home and the people in it. That said, even under the Castle Doctrine, there must be a reason to believe that the force you are using was necessary to remove the criminals from your property. Every state can have different versions or slightly different requirements for Castle Doctrine and stand your ground. And here are the states with Castle Doctrines and stand your ground. That said, the only reason stand your ground exists is because there are some states that say before you can use deadly force to protect yourself against a criminal, you have to try to escape first. And here are the states that require a duty to retreat, as evil as they are. As you can see in this case, the guy showed up and there were criminals in his home, so he shot them. I think this is a castle doctrine issue more than it is a stand your ground issue because the criminals were inside of his home already. Either way, I think he'll be fine whether it's under the castle doctrine or stand your ground. I will not deny this can be a little confusing with respect to stand your ground, the castle doctrine, so forth and so on. That's why I think it's incredibly important for people to do their best to be versed on this topic. And one of the easiest ways to do this is to become a member of USCCA. You see, the beautiful thing about USCCA, it's not just that it gives you access to self-defense insurance, and it gives you access to attorneys who understand these laws much better than you do and much better than you would get just simply reading it online. So that's why I implore a lot of people who do carry a gun for self-defense or have a gun at home for self-defense or any type of item that they use for self-defense to join memberships like the USCCA, because not only get that insurance component, but you also get that wealth of knowledge and training that I think is just as important and as invaluable. So if you're interested in learning more about USCCA and what comes with it, I'm gonna put a link in the description section of this video. Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video, then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.